Good morning, welcome back to Keto in the Chaos. My name is Tammy. Today is Sunday, February 25th, 2018, and it's weigh-in day. This video is going to come at you in 3 different parts. Number 1, the resolution with the site who shall not be named. Number 2, my weigh-in. And number 3, will it fit? Trying on my wedding dress for the first time in 23 and a half years. So stick around for the whole video. You don't want to miss this. If you're new to my channel, you may not be aware of a certain situation that has been going on with a group on Facebook who has recently severed ties with me. If you want to know more about that, you can check out my You're Fired video and find out all the information. I don't really want to focus on that for this video, and I hope you won't mind, since today is the Sabbath day, that I might wax a little spiritual today in my discussion of what my resolution is for this situation. I know that I run the risk of losing subscribers when I spend time talking about my faith and my relationship with Heavenly Father. But this story won't be complete without adding an element of spirituality into that. Please feel free to skip ahead if it's not interesting to you or if you just don't care. I am not holding you to that. This isn't a faith channel. I don't talk about my faith super often, but in this situation, it's necessary in order for me to illustrate what course of action I have decided to take. Pretty much this entire week has been a crazy roller coaster ride for me. My insides have been absolutely torn up over this situation. My son's advice is to use the contention in order to be an advantage for my YouTube channel, to rile people up in defense of me and against the certain group so that I can gain more followers and become more successful on YouTube. He spelled out several instances of other YouTubers where this kind of thing has worked for them to really grow their channel to be really, really huge and therefore, be really successful and make a lot of money. And he said that I should use this situation to my advantage that way. I haven't really felt really great about that kind of plan. It's just really not in my nature to try and rile people up against other people. I was pretty upset because of how stressful the situation was, and I sincerely apologize to anyone that I may have hurt with any comments that I may have made, either here on my YouTube or on my Facebook page or anywhere, frankly. I was not necessarily in my right state of mind all of this time during this week. To say it's been a roller coaster would be an understatement. I've literally hit the lowest lows and some of the highest highs, and I really have been torn as to what to do with my YouTube channel and now my Facebook page because it's causing such contention for other people. All this week I have spent every moment of every day in prayer, asking the Lord over and over what I should do about this situation. I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to take my son's advice. I don't want to rile anyone up against anyone. All I want is to continue doing what I have been doing. And I'm honestly not sure what I actually want to do at this point. Sometimes when you come into these situations, your knee-jerk reaction is just wanting to run away and hide, and usually that's a good indicator that you shouldn't. Fear should not control your life. So all this week I've been praying about what to do. Pictures of me somehow losing the weight, finding a coach that could help me, and losing 110 pounds and feeling amazing. And then pictures of me having 2 more children, going through 2 miscarriages, becoming extremely depressed, and gaining it all back plus 40 pounds, I think, yeah. So I gained back 150 pounds. Pictures of me in utter devastation, begging the Lord for a way out, begging for an answer, searching, looking at surgeries, looking at any option. I was so desperate, I would have tried anything to escape my physical body that had become so morbidly obese that it was impossible for me to even do daily tasks, let alone be a good mother to my children and be a good photographer, which is what I love doing. He reminded me all of these things that I have gone through. He reminded me of the fact that I have literally been obese for over 2 decades, maybe even longer. If you count my teen years, I may have already been in the obese category. He reminded me that these are steps along my life's path. These experiences have been mine to buoy me up, to bring me down, to make me stronger, to help me push through, to help me finally find a way that works, that easy, that anybody can do. He gave me the gift of gaining back the weight so that I could remember what it's like to be that uncomfortable in one's own self, so that I could have empathy for those who are on the path of weight loss, so that I would be able to speak to you from my heart to yours. Our lives are like a beautiful hike. When you're out hiking, you don't just feel joy and enjoy the expanse that you see at the end of your journey. As you're hiking along, there are beautiful vistas that you can see along the way if you look to the left and look to the right. And on the path of life, people are along the path that will help you, will make you see things more clearly, will explain things better, will push you gently in a direction, and even sometimes they will push you down a cliff to try and derail you. And then you discover, after you get up and you brush yourself off and you look around, that you have found a secret, beautiful pool with waterfalls that you may never have seen if that person hadn't taken the time to push you. God puts these people in our paths as we travel in order to make us stronger, in order to help us find our own personal missions, and in order to help us become the person that He knows that we truly are. He is the one who told me to start this YouTube channel. He is the one who told me to ask permission from the Facebook group in order to start it. He is the one who brought you here and helped you find me when you were in supplication, begging for a way out. He is the one in charge of everything that I am doing here. And I am going to continue on, because last night He said to me, "Fear not, little daughter. Have peace. It will all be okay. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'll go where you want me to go, dear Lord, over mountain or plain or sea. I'll say what you want me to say, dear Lord. I'll be what you want me to be." So my decision with regards to the group who shall not be named is that I am going to leave them alone. I am going to press forward on my own journey. I want all of you to remember that I am not a doctor, I am not a dietitian, I am not a nutritionist, I am not anything except a mother who was desperate for a way, found a way, and wants to share it. That is literally the only thing I am. But one thing I am able to do is to get people to listen to me. And that is a gift. And it's a gift that not everybody has. And I would be remiss if I chose to ignore that beautiful gift and take away the help that I am offering some of you people on YouTube. If I only help one of you to feel healthy again, that is enough for me. So I will press forward, and I'm going to keep on with this channel. When I became a photographer, I didn't go to school to learn how to do photography. I went to the library and I checked out books and I posted in online forums and I got critiques and I learned how to be a photographer all on my own. So I have purchased these 2 books, The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living by Drs. Jeff S. Volek and Stephen S. Finney, and The New Atkins for a New You, which is by Dr. Eric Westman, Stephen Finney, and Jeff Volek. These are the scientists that are on the cutting edge of keto right now, and they're the ones that I want to teach you about. They actually have a Facebook page called Virta Health, where you can actually go and pay them to personally mentor you. So anyone that needs really one-on-one help that I cannot give, or has questions that I do not know the answers to, I will be sending them to Virta Health to speak to the actual scientists behind this way of eating. So I do not profess to be a scientist, but I promise that I will give you the information as best as I understand it. And I may or may not be wrong, and I may or may not be right. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's not about whether low-fat, high-carb is better than moderate protein, lower fat. It's about what helps you to be healthy. And that is the problem that the group had with me. They didn't like that I couldn't just sit here and say, I'm right, and this is why. I can't do that because it may or may not work for you. You need to do your own research, and you need to try and see what your body responds to and do whatever is the best for you. And only you can know which is the best way for you to do that. So let me sum up. This channel will continue on. My Facebook page will continue on. And we will not be trying to incite negative feelings in order to make this YouTube channel bigger or anything like that. We are just going to go on our merry way and help people the best way we can. That's all we can do. And I hope that you guys will be willing to come on that journey with us. All right, so now that that's out of the way, let's move on to section number 2, the weigh-in. I know that's what you guys are all here for, and you're wondering, is it really working? Is what she's telling me really going to do something for me? So I know if you've been watching my channel for a little while that you know that the last 2 weeks have been less than stellar. 2 weeks ago I actually gained weight on the scale. Last week I only lost 1 pound and no inches. So I think it's about time that maybe something good happened for me on the scale. If you're new to my channel, you may not realize that I started out at 374 pounds and that I have had mini goals all along the way. So of course the first mini goal was to be below 350 kind of thing, and then of course to be below my pre-pregnancy weight for my last baby, which was 312, and then to be below 300, that kind of thing. I had all these kind of mini goals that kind of went along the way. But you guys know, if you've watched any of my other recent weigh-ins, that I've talked about how my big, huge goal, the one that I kind of imagined would never happen in my head, would be to be under 225 pounds. So 225 is the lowest I hit last time I was able to find a weight loss method that worked for me. So to hit anything below 225 would be a miracle in and of itself, because it's my pre-pregnancy weight, and I believe it was even my wedding day weight. I'm not 100% sure what I weighed on my wedding, but I know that my pre-pregnancy weight for my first son, who I got pregnant with 10 months after I got married, was 225. So if I get below 225, that would be the lowest weight that I've ever seen in my adult life, and also pre-pregnancy weight, well, lower than pre-pregnancy weight for all 9 of my children. So it's like my ultimate dream number, and I really thought I would hit it before the end of February. I've been so close, it's just felt like the elusive, not able to grab goal. Kind of like when I was about to get to 100 pounds lost, and I couldn't quite seem to get there. I'm kind of feeling the same way about 224. I just can't seem to get there. So I am extremely nervous about this weigh-in. I don't know how it's going to go, and I am really worried that I maybe put on weight with all of the stress that I have been feeling and all that's been going on in my life this week. Getting on that scale is going to be really scary, but let's go do it.
Woohoo! Oh my goodness. I can't even believe it.
Did you see that? 223.5! Oh my gosh! I actually made it. I actually made it. I cannot even believe it. I cannot even believe it. I had faith. I kept going. Even when the scale was showing me I wasn't doing anything. Nothing was happening. But I trusted the process, and I trusted that what I was doing will work. And it did. It works. That is a 7.9 pound loss this week. And I also lost 4.75 inches in 1 week. That is how this diet works. I know it's hard when the scale doesn't cooperate and you have 2 or 3 weeks of misery, but when it pays off huge dividends, and I just love it. I have been criticized recently for not being willing to have my mind open to other ways of doing keto. But when it comes to keto, the beauty of it is that you don't need to understand everything about it in order to do it. And I only want to teach the way that I am doing it that will help you do it. And if you want to know how to do it, you can either read these books, or you can come to my Facebook page and get the information from us there, or you can go to Virta Health and talk to Dr. Finney himself and get one-on-one mentored. I hope you guys are just as excited about me making my goal as I am. I know that you guys are on this journey with me, and every week everyone's hoping for some good results on the scale. And this was more than I ever dreamed possible, and so unexpected. And I am just so grateful because I really needed a bright spot of something in my week this week, and this was it. So that is fantastic. And in honor of me hitting 150.5 pounds lost and 150.75 inches lost, today I'm trying on my wedding dress. My husband and I will have been married 24 years in July, and I want to, in honor of my 150 pounds lost, I want to try on my wedding dress and see if it fits. I wanted to say that I was 220 pounds when I got married, but I really don't know for sure what my weight was. I thought I gained weight after I got married, but I know my pre-pregnancy weight was 225. And now that I am 223.5, technically I should be about the same weight, or pretty dang close to it, of what I was on my wedding day. And so the dress ought to fit me like a glove. That's the hope. I really hope it is not going to be too small. That might ruin the whole thing, but you know what? I do not know. I have literally never taken it out of the bag since I got married. We had the great day, we put it in a bag, put it in the closet, and that's the last I saw of it. I may have opened it one time to show my oldest daughter. I don't think my little girls have ever seen my wedding dress. In fact, I don't even think they've ever seen a photo, because I don't even have any photos out of our wedding, and they're probably down in a box somewhere. I'm going to have to go dig them out and show you guys a few. So this really ought to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to find out. So let's do it. Okay, so it's on, it fits, it's actually done up. I keep thinking it needs to be zipped up or buttoned up or something because it doesn't feel tight. You can see I've definitely lost some of the boobage, which is kind of funny. And the day that I wore this dress, I know that I had a pretty squishy long line bra on that kind of pulled me in. So I have nothing like that on underneath here, which is cool. You can see there's lots of loose fabric on the sides. Please don't make fun of my style. Yes, I designed this dress. My mother made it, and it was beautiful on the day. It's feels a little bit overwhelmingly ridiculous to me right now, but it's fitting, so that's exciting. And I remember the best thing I loved about this dress on my wedding day was how awesomely it's swooshed. So I am going to swoosh the dress for you now, just for fun. Well, I hope that was as fun for you guys as it was for me. That is another proof that doing the higher protein, lower fat has actually caused me to actually lose more fat off my body and retain more of my lean muscle, because I swear I weigh more than I did on my wedding day right now, and yet the dress did not fit me. It was you saw it was drastically bigger in the bust. It was markedly bigger in the waist, and I had worn a waist squeezer in that dress, and I was not wearing one when I showed you guys that in the video. My arms were the only thing that I felt were a little bigger, but you know, that's to be expected with the situation that I've been in my whole life. So I just thought it would be fun for me to show you a few pictures from my engagement maybe, or my wedding day. I grabbed a few when we were digging for my wedding dress, and I found a bunch of pictures that might be fun to show you guys. So I'm gonna try and photograph these. Maybe I don't have a scanner and like share them with you, but I want you guys to notice that I've basically been obese my entire adult life, and markedly so since I had my very first baby, which I can show you in this photo. I'll show you. I'm huge, and this is my 22-year-old right here. I'm going to show you those, and then I will play my slideshow where it shows me with my start weight all the way down to my current weight, and you can see me shrink before your eyes. Thanks so much for making it to the end of this video. If you made it this far, I am impressed, especially if you are new, because I know a lot of new people are going to see this video, and if you made it this far, bless you. I just can't even believe that people make it through such long videos. I know this one is going to be ridiculously long. But I feel very good about the direction that this channel is taking. I feel really good about where my current way of eating is taking me, and I feel really great about sharing it with all of you. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you again soon.